Hello, welcome to Full Record Jacket with Phil and Ben. And the reason why Ben is looking so stressed is because
You've dropped this on me.
it's time for a quiz. Well, you did a quiz on me not long ago, so I thought I'd do one on you. So I told Ben he'd be doing a quiz, and he agreed to that. And then he said, "What's the topic so I can revise?" I said, "Oh, no.
There's no revision.
It doesn't work like that." So only a few minutes ago, I told him that the subject is 1920s jazz. No, it's not. It's not really. I wouldn't be quite that cruel.
The jazz funk fusion of the 1930s.
But the thing is, you see, if I did do 1920s jazz and he did badly, he wouldn't be too upset. But the problem is that I've decided to choose the era in which he was a music-obsessed youngster. It is the 1990s, and it is specifically the British Britpop era.
You're going to humiliate me now, aren't you? My knowledge is going to go seriously downhill.
It'll be fine. You'll be fine. So the Britpop era, right. for those of you who don't know, if you're not British, I'm sure you're familiar with the 1990s. We had a lot of bands in the UK. And around about sort of 1993, there started to be a bit of a building up of. It felt like it was a cultural moment building up, didn't it? We had a lot of bands in Britain. There'd been, the American groups had been in the ascendancy since
the grunge.
Since
swept under the carpet.
Since Nirvana went onto the scene, and Nirvana and Pearl Jam, and then the Smashing Pumpkins, and all. And it seemed that guitar music was being very American led, and then. Well, we'd always had a British indie scene, of course, but then the guitar groups started to come a bit more into the mainstream. So we had groups like Blur, and then Suede, and then Oasis, and other
Super
groups.
Furry Animals.
Yeah, and then many other groups as well that got more. There was more focus on all those guitar bands at that time, and it just was a magical few years. It felt like a kind of. Almost felt like it was a revival in a way of that 60s swinging London kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
but with more cocaine.
Yeah, and the festivals were big and full of those sort of bands. And it just seemed that guitar music was massively, massively popular. I remember going into pubs in the mid-90s, and a song like Wonderwall by Oasis would be played on there's the music system. And normally in a pub, these songs come on and nothing much happens. In those days, if the Oasis song came on, people sang along to it. Everybody would be having a group sing-along in the pub to the song. Well, it just doesn't happen anymore, does it? I don't think it does.
It does when Oasis songs come on.
Only when Oasis songs come on. So it's, yeah.
Anyway. And the Beatles, I've been in a few bars where Hey Jude, etc. come on, but
yeah,
I remember when I used to, with a good friend of mine, we used to do a thing in rugby, the indie shindigs, where we'd have three live bands and then play indie music all night. And then one of the gigs we did, the establishment we were doing it at let us down quite badly with the way that they were handling what we had asked of them. So my friend who was doing the DJ and just went, I can't be bothered anymore, and literally just put an Oasis mix CD on, and everybody went mad for it. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours of people so it was like, yeah, it's brilliant. So there you go.
There you go. Okay.
Get rid of the DJs and just stick to CDs.
So let's get on with the quiz.
My humiliation.
Now, I decided not to put too much Oasis in this quiz because
absolute kid.
I've done Oasis quizzes on you before, and we'll probably do one again. But you just know too many Oasis facts. So I'm testing you on the wider reaches of Britpop. God. So there are 31 questions, and I've ranked them according to difficulty, so the harder ones you get more points, and some of them have more than one part to them. So there's a total of 75 points on offer here. Okay.
How many do I have to get to pass?
I don't know what you have to get to pass, really. What would you expect to have to do out of 100 to pass?
3.
Pass marks for exams, what are they normally? Like 70, 80% or something? Or 75%?
We'll go with 70.
70%. I think you need to get, at least 50. That's 2/3.
70. Yeah, 50. 50's great. Yeah, let's 70, go for that.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's roll it.
Roll with it. Hey, 90s, little 90s thing there for you, Phil. Is that answer to a question?
Yep, it's not an Oasis question. It's a Blur question.
Oh, God.
On the back cover of the Park Life album, the members of Blur are photographed in Walthamstow, London. In what type of sport venue?
Greyhound track.
It is a Greyhound Stadium. You have 1 point. Well done. 4 points are on offer for this next question. You just have to name them, and I want first name and surname. I want all
Ginger,
four.
Sporty, Scary, and Yelly.
Okay, do that again with the members of Blur.
Damon. Do I have to give surnames?
Yep.
Graham Coxon.
Yeah.
Damon Alburn.
Yeah.
Graham Roundtree. Is it Graham Roundtree? Something Roundtree, isn't it?
It's not Graham Roundtree.
Roger? No. And then you've got the other one, the bass player. Oh, what's his name? I know his name. Alex. It's John Roundtree. Alex.
Point for Damon Albarn. I'm going to give you a point for Graham Coxon. So, and then I'm going to give you've got Alex and, well, I'm going to give you 3 points out of 4. 3 out of 4 for that, because you didn't get
Graham Coxon.
It's Graham Coxon. So it's Damon.
Alex James.
Alex James is the bassist.
And it's Roundtree. Oh, Roundtree. John, Andrew, Dave, Chris, Paul.
Well, you said it, but you haven't said it and remembered it. So I can't give you the final point. So you're getting 3 out of 4 for that. It's Dave Roundtree.
Dave. Oh. Okay. I know Alex James. Is it Alex James? Yeah, Alex James.
Yeah. So Alex James on bass. Graham Coxon guitar. Dave Roundtree drums, of course. Right. Okay, next question. Annie Holland.
Who?
Annie Holland. It's a woman, okay?
Well, I gathered that one.
She was the original bass player in which band? Now, there's a note here. For a couple of years, she was replaced by Sheila Chipperfield, but then returned to the band until...
Elastica?
Yes, correct. So you've got...
Oh! In your face,
points.
Phil!
2 points for that. Okay, easy one for you. Oasis, What's the Story Morning Glory album. Which London street is featured on the cover?
Oh, God, I know it. It's up there on my wall. It's not Carnaby Street. I don't know. It's not a famous street, is it? Because it's not Oxford Street.
It should be famous to you.
I know it should be famous.
Which is why I only put 1 point for this, because I thought you'd know it.
No. And you know what? I was actually looking at it the other day because I was like, I should really go down there and have a look at it. I don't know. Manbattan Street, Manhattan. Does it begin with an M?
No, it begins with a B. That's the only clue you're getting.
Don't know. Balmoral Street.
It's Berwick Street.
Berwick Street. No, I should remember that because after Berwick Records in the town.
Our local old record shop that used to be, yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay. Do you remember Select Magazine?
Yes. I've got my inflatable Liam Gallagher over there from Select Magazine.
Okay. In April 1993, the April 1993 edition of Select Magazine.
I was 13.
It's a famous cover because it had the headline "Yanks Go Home." This was considered by some to be the edition that really announced the start of Britpop. Okay,
Suede.
So it said "Yanks Go Home." The headline listed Saint Etienne, Denim, Pulp.
Denim. I remember them. They were
the Auteurs. Yeah. And another band, a photo of whose lead singer was the main image on the front cover. Which band was that?
I'd say Suede and Brett Anderson.
You're right. It was Suede and Brett Anderson. So you get 3 points for that one. Next question for 3 points. For 3 points. And
I'm actually quite good at this.
This is a multiple choice.
Okay.
What city are the band Shed 7 from?
Oh, they're from. Is it Hull? It's not Hull. Is it Hull? King.
I'll give you the multiple choice.
Go on.
Leeds, Liverpool,
Yeah, not
York,
Liverpool.
or Hull. Leeds,
Oh,
Liverpool, York, or Hull.
I think it's York. I think it's Hull. Oh God, I hate my life. I don't know why. I said Hull to start off with, but I think if it's Hull, it's York, and if I say York, it's Hull.
3 points for this. So
I'm gonna say York. Go York.
correct.
Oh! Yeah! Told you, Mama, it's going to be a success.
Try not to overload the microphone.
Yeah, Bill, I'm winning.
Okay.
Go on.
I know this because I used to read this column, but which member, I've read it a few times. Anyway, which member of Blur took up farming and wrote
Alex James.
newspaper columns about it? It was Alex James. So you get 1, 2, 3 points.
He went and brewed his own beer and that as well. It was somebody else. I can't remember who it was, but
3 points for that. Okay. Who has been generally credited with coining the term Britpop? You've got a multiple choice on this. Was it Joe Wiley?
No.
Steve Lamacq? Andrew Collins or Stuart McConey? Joe Wiley, Steve Lamacq, Andrew Collins or Stuart McConey credited with coining Britpop?
I'm going to say Stuart McConey because I could imagine it's something you would say.
You are taking a bit of a guess on that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Stuart McConey is a music journalist. Joe Wiley and Steve Lamacq were DJs.
Yeah.
Andrew, you know who Andrew Collins is?
Wasn't he the Stick?
He was a music journalist as well. He edited Q magazine for quite a while.
Oh, did he?
I think he was at NME before that. I may be wrong on that. Stuart McConey was at NME, and then he went on to other things. But it was Stuart McConey. You're correct. Okay. Pulp.
Vogue.
Okay, Pulp. Which of these women appears in Pulp's video for Common People? Okay.
Oh, it's what's her name? It was married to Jude Law.
Do you know her name? Because I put this down for 3, but
Are you going to give me multiple choice?
Do you want a multiple choice?
Yeah, because it was a multiple choice question, wasn't it?
It was going to be a multiple choice question.
Yeah. Go on, read them out.
So have a good think about this, okay? This is the Common People video, okay? Make sure you're not confusing it with another video, okay?
No, it's one where she's pushing him around with the shopping trolley.
Was it Sadie Frost, Kate Moss,
Shirley
Manson, or Sandy Shaw?
Sandy, the first one.
Sadie Frost.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Okay.
I don't think I've got many wrong yet.
Which well-known TV game show host appeared in Sleeper's video for In-Betweener? You have a multiple choice. Was it?
I think it's Bob Monkhouse.
Was it Bruce Forsyth?
Yeah.
Bob Monkhouse, Dale Winton, or
it's Dale Winton.
Roy Walker.
It was Dale Winton because
you go with the late Dale Winton.
There was Dale Winton was in a Sleeper video.
I don't think any of those 4 guys are still alive, are they? They've all died since.
No, or was he in the? He said I was cheap, but you were the sale of the century.
This is the In-Betweener video. So Bruce Forsyth, Bob Monkhouse, Dale Winton.
Dale Winton. I'm going Dale Winton.
You are correct.
Boosh, 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 boosh.
Okay, for 3 points. There's no multiple choice on this.
They should have got me taking penalties on Saturday. I would have smashed them away.
You have to know this. There's no multiple choice.
Okay.
Martin Rossiter was the lead singer of which band? Martin Rossiter.
Oh, wasn't it like the Boo Radleys?
Is that going to be your final answer?
No, that doesn't sound right. No, that was... His name was something... I'll go Boo Radleys.
Sadly, it was Gene.
You know what? I was thinking it might be Gene because they came up earlier and I've forgotten all about them.
Okay. According to the official sales figures, in the 1995 much hyped Battle of Britpop, the race to number one,
Yeah.
the Oasis Roll With It single clocked up an official 216,000 sales.
Yeah.
216,000. How many copies did Blur's Country House sell in order to win? These are the choices. Was it 224,000, 254,000, or 274,000?
Well, there's a slight problem with your question because Blur, Oasis had a lot of trouble with the barcodes, and a lot of the albums, singles didn't scan. And
They
also,
did,
Blur released their Country House in 2 different formats.
They did do
with
that.
different tracks, which is a little bit of a cheat on Blur's
It was
part.
a bit naughty, but it was allowed at the time to get to number one, wasn't it? It was allowed.
And it wasn't a massive margin of sales.
The question, though, is the official figures. So you have to bear in mind, these were the official figures that were.
I'm going to go for the middle option. I think it's the bigger option, but I'm going to go middle. I'm going to play safe.
So Oasis had 216,000. Okay.
Yeah.
So was it 224, 254, or 274,000?
254.
Okay. Well, I'm afraid you're wrong. It was 274,000.
Oh, I knew it's.
Okay. For 2 points, which band had a hit with "Girl from Mars"?
Ash from the 1977 album.
Correct.
Was it from 1977? I think it was, yeah.
I think it was, yeah. Correct for 2 points. After retiring from music, Justine Frischmann, formerly the lead singer of
Elastica, yeah.
took up a career as what? What did Justine Frischmann become? Was it a yoga teacher, a painter, a hypnotherapist, or a pub owner?
I think it's a hypnotherapist, but I'm going to go with painter.
You swerved in the right direction because it was a painter.
Thank you. Yeah.
2 points.
He's back on the winning streak. Whoosh.
Okay, Suede.
Yes.
Suede won a Mercury Music Prize.
Yeah.
For which album did they win the Mercury Music Prize? Was it Suede?
Yeah.
Was it Suede, the first album? Was it Dogman Star, Coming Up, or Head Music? I actually remember this.
I would say Dogman Star, 94, because I think Coming Up was 97. You would have had OK Computer and all that sort of stuff around then. So even though Coming Up the one with She's in Fashion.
Well, I think that's correct, yeah.
But I'm going to go Dogman Star.
It is. I think this was the first. I think this may have been the first Mercury Music Prize, or maybe it's the second. Sadly, it was Suede, the debut.
Oh.
Okay. True or false?
True.
The video for the Boo Radleys' Wake Up Boo was filmed in Chris Evans' kitchen. For those watching outside the UK, I'm not referring to the Hollywood actor Chris Evans. I'm referring to the British radio DJ and TV presenter Chris Evans. So, true or false, the Boo Radleys' Wake Up Boo video was filmed in Chris Evans' kitchen.
See, that is too much of a thingy question for you just to have come up with that randomly. I've got a feeling it's... Is it true? Wake Up Boo would have been about 95. And I suppose he would have been at the height of Big Breakfast and, well, don't forget your toothbrush, TFI. So I'm going to say true.
It was actually filmed at Battersea Power Station. So it's false, I'm afraid.
Who's your mate over here?
Sorry about that one.
I hate you.
Okay, we've got some lyrics.
I don't think I've ever seen the video to it. I don't really think I've ever seen the video to Wake Up.
Well, I don't think I'd seen it before when I was doing this research, but I thought that, Ben will probably remember that video.
No, I don't think I've ever seen the video to it.
So it was such an overplayed song, wasn't it, at the time?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I thought because obviously they did re-record it for Chris Evans's radio show, didn't they? They did. He was
Yeah,
a
they
little
did. Yeah,
jingle for
yeah,
it. Okay, here
yeah.
we go. So this lyric, which song is this lyric from? It's band and song for 2 points. Do you think I miss you? Do you think I care? Do you think I'll lie here and die?
Oh God, I know that. Oh God, I can hear it in my head. Say it again.
Do you think I miss you? Do you think I care? Do you think I'll lie here and die?
Isn't it? I thought it was lay here and die.
Well,
it's not everything but the girl.
I'll give you a clue. It's from Liverpool. That's the clue.
Oh, it's it's Cast. Never even try.
Yep. All right by Cast. So
yeah,
there you go.
all right. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we've actually
get a point for that.
You get a point for that. I'm going to give you 2. I'll give you the 2 points for that because you did get it. Okay, we've got another lyric, and you've got a multiple choice. All you have to do is, I just want the band. I don't necessarily give me the lyrics. You don't need to know the song. You just tell me the band. Okay.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
The pay me girl has had enough of the bleeps, so she takes the bus into the country. The pay me girl has had enough of the bleeps, so she takes the bus into the country. Is that from a song by Blur, Pulp, or The Divine Comedy?
Well, it can't be Blur because it says about the country. So Why
would that not be? Why? I don't understand the logic of that. Why would it not be Blur?
Well, does that mean it is Blur?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it is or isn't, but I'm just interested in how you can suddenly discount one of the possibles from saying.
Well, you've said why couldn't it be Blur? So I'm going to think it's Blur.
Well, I wouldn't read too much into it because I'm not trying to
say the lyrics again. I mean, to be fair, they don't sound very pulpy.
I might be leading you off the garden park here. Okay. And what makes you think they're not very pulpy? Okay, here we go. The pay me girl has had enough of the bleeps, so she takes the bus into the country. Blur, Pulp, or The Divine Comedy?
I think I'm going to go with Blur because I don't think it sounds pulpy, and it doesn't sound Divine Comedy-ish. I can't imagine him going, ooh, like National Express. So I'm going to go Blur.
Well, it's from a song called Chemical World.
No,
and it is Blur. Well done.
Oh, is that off the Blurry album from about '97?
Do you know what? I've temporarily forgotten which album that is from, but it's Chemical. It's Chemical World by Blur. Cool. Okay, you've got to get this correct. This is a. You can't get this bit right. You've got to get it correct. Okay.
Okay.
What is the surname of Sonia from Echo Belly?
It's quite an unusual name as well, isn't it?
Well, it's not Smith. And it's not Taylor.
Oh, right. I'll tell you what, I had a bit of
it's not Black or White or Brown or Jones or Smith or Wilkins. What is the surname of Sonia from Echo Belly?
I can picture her. She's got to be getting on a bit now, isn't she?
Well, I guess most of the stars of the bands were at least early 20s in the mid 90s, so most of them are around 50.
It's Sonia. Every time I say Sonia, I'm just imagining red-headed Scousers. It wasn't. I wasn't. It was because she was of she of Indian origin or something like that? She was, but it wasn't a sort of, as you would class, a ethnic sounding surname. Is that the right way to describe it?
I think she was.
I don't know. It's going to be something. It's going to annoy me.
Do you want me to give you a multiple choice on it?
Yeah, because I'll know it when I hear it.
Okay. Was it Mystery, Madan, Malone, or Macon?
I don't think it's Mystery.
Malone, Macon, Madan, or Mystery?
Sonia Maloon. Sonia Madan.
You actually don't know, do you? Really? You're
No.
gonna have to
So I've
take a
got
guess.
Maloon. I'll go with. It's not Maloon. It's not Mystery. So what are the other two? Madan and.
I can't remember because I made that one up.
All right, well, I'll go with Madan then. I'll go with Madan. Oh dear, the quiz is falling apart at the seams.
You gave 3 points, so you're very lucky to get 3 points there.
Oh, if only the quiz master was
just as well. Okay, here we go. Right, do you remember Kaniki?
Yeah, Lauren Laherne.
Lauren Laverne was the lead singer of Kaniki.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kaniki took their name from a character in which movie? Was it The Goonies, Grease,
No.
or Dirty Dancing?
Grease.
Correct. You've got 2 points for that. Which of Lauren Laverne's relatives was also a member of Kinnicky? And you get an extra point for knowing which instrument they played. So, which of Lauren Laverne's relatives? I'll give
Was
you a
it
clue.
a cousin played drums?
It wasn't her dad. I'll give you that clue. Okay.
Was it a cousin playing drums, or was it a sister playing drums? Somebody playing drums, guitar, sister playing guitar.
It was her brother who was the drummer, Johnny Goffin.
I've got a drummer, right?
Who was known as Johnny X. We'll give you 1 point for that being the drummer.
Whoop.
Okay.
Yep.
A Storm in Heaven was the debut by which band? A Storm in Heaven.
What period of the? Oh, we're talking. Storm in Heaven.
I thought I only gave 1 point for this because I thought you would know it.
A Storm in Heaven.
It is a major. I'll give you a clue. It is a major band. Although when this album was released,
it's not Verve. No, it's not Verve because their first one was Northern Soul, wasn't it? Something like that. You went quiet when I said Verve.
Well, you're okay. It's called A Storm in Heaven. I think it was produced. I can't remember who produced it now. I think it might have been the guy who did the Stone Roses debut album, but I may be wrong about that. So I can't remember. I can't actually.
Storm in Heaven. Well, it's not Ride or Hurricane Number 1. Major band. So it's got to be either Oasis, Blur, which it's not. It's not Pulp because they came out in the 80s. Who else has a major indie force? Britpop force.
They were pretty big. I would say, I mean, okay, they're not as big as Oasis or Blur, but they did sell. They did have success in the 90s. They did sell a lot of albums in the 90s. They particularly sold a lot of copies of one album in the 90s for sure. It was one that was a very big hit album. So I'm saying that they were a major name. You know, if it was a festival, they'd be pretty high. If you did a Britpop festival, they'd be fairly high up the ranking.
James?
I mean, I'm not saying any of the names that you've said so far are either right or wrong. I mean, you may have said the right answer.
I'll just go with James. I think it's not James. It's going to annoy me when I hear it.
Well,
it's going to be Shed 7 or something.
At the time, they were called Verve.
Oh, you're taking. I said the Verve.
Yeah, well, I didn't. But you didn't submit it as your answer. I said I said some of those could be right. Or I mean, it's up to you to choose your final answer.
I hate my life. I said that first, didn't I?
You did. Well, I mean, you know. Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to the Verve in a minute.
Okay.
One of the songs on that album, well, actually, we're still on the Verve because one of the songs on that album, "A Storm in Heaven," has a title in common with a track on the Oasis debut album. Definitely, maybe, of course. So there's one song on this Verve album that has exactly the same title as one of the songs on Definitely Maybe, but it's a different song. So
Bring It
do
On
you
Down.
know what that is?
It's not Slide Away. It's not Married with Children, and it's not going to be Diggs's Dinner. And it won't be Supersonic, Rock and Roll Star. It won't be Shaker Maker. So it's either Columbia or Bring It On Down. So I'm going to go Columbia.
It is Slide Away.
No way!
They have a song called Slide Away. I must admit I can't remember it, but
No,
I'm going to have to
it's
check
that
that one up.
I'm falling behind here.
Okay, well, you can get 4 points in total from this because there's a two-part question with 2 points each. In fact, I might be a bit generous and maybe give you an extra point from this.
You're all heart, Phil.
Okay, so it's a two-part question. In what year did Verve change their name to The Verve? The debut album was 93, by the way. In what year did Verve change their name to The Verve, and what was the reason that they did that?
Was it 94 and because there was another band in America called Verve? Or there was a product called Verve, and
I'm going to give you the points for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 94, and it was because the jazz label Verve Records objected.
There we go.
So you're right about being American. So I think that's good enough.
Thank you. I'm back on the winning streak.
Okay, which band were originally called the Jennifers?
Oh, I know this.
And I'll say this is a band that you like. This is a band that you're pretty into.
I mean, it's not Oasis.
Not Oasis, but
it's not Matchbox 20 because they were called Tabitha's Secret.
And they're not really Britpop either.
Yeah, and no. Was it Stereophonics? Or was it Supergrass?
There's 1 point available for this.
The Jennifers. I know this as well. When I hear it, I'm going to kick myself, but I'll go with Stereophonics.
It's Supergrass. Sorry about that.
I knew it was something with an S in it.
Okay, well, we're sticking with Supergrass for now. This is the next question. What is the opening track on the Supergrass debut album, I Should Coco?
Oh no. It's not Caught by the Fuzz, is it?
Well, I got this wrong because I found this question online and I thought it was Caught by the Fuzz, but it's not. It's something else.
But it's not. It's not. Right. It's not all right because I think that's further down the album. I think that's like track 6, is it?
Yeah, somewhere in the middle of the album, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're right. It's not all right.
Was there a song called I Should Coco?
I'll tell you, there isn't a song on the album called I Should Coco.
I know there's is it Man-Sized Rooster on there? There's Caught by the Fuzz. We're not supposed... Is it We're Not supposed...
You will kick yourself when you find it. Do you want to come back to that?
We're Not Supposed to. I'll go with that.
It is I'd Like to Know Where All the Strange Ones Go.
Yeah.
Okay. We're still on Supergrass here.
Cool.
What is the name of the unofficial... Sorry, let's get this right. The keyboard-playing unofficial fourth member of Supergrass who was added...
Gaz Coombs' brother.
He was added to the official lineup in 2002.
Yeah, it's Gaz Coombs' brother.
Do you know his name?
Oh, it's similar. Oh, I do know his name. It's
I'm giving you 1 point
Coombs, Mr. Coombs. It's the
I'm going to
same
give you.
as the Charlatans keyboard player who died in the car crash before Nebworth. Uh,
Well, I'm giving you 1 point for.
Rob.
Yeah, you're
Rob
correct.
Coombs.
It was Rob Coombs. 45. You're currently on 45 points. Just
cool. How
I'm
many
not sure
questions are we in?
I'm not sure because I didn't number the questions. I counted them, but I didn't actually number them. So I don't know how far we got to go to the end. Okay, Supergrass never had a number one single in the UK, but they had two singles peaked at number 2. One of them was All Right, but what was the other? What was the other one? You've got a multiple choice on this, okay?
I don't think it's Going Out because I think I went to number 10.
Was it Going Out,
Sun Hits the Sky,
Lenny, Richard III, or Pumping on Your Stereo? Going Out, Lenny, Richard III, or Pumping on Your Stereo?
If you want to go out, read. I don't think that went to number 2. I think that went in at around 10, I think. So I'm going to say, Richard III kind of. But I'm going to say Pumping on Your Stereo, even though they comically sang Humping on Your Stereo.
It was Richard III. Okay. We're on to territory.
Hate my life.
We're going to nice territory now because it's Louise.
Cool.
It's Louise from Sleeper. Are you ready?
Oh yes.
Are you ready?
Baby. Yeah.
Sleeper's 2 biggest hits in terms of singles chart position both peaked at number 10 in the UK. What were they?
Nice Guy Eddie and Sale of the Century.
Correct for 4 points. Okay. How many UK top 10 albums did Sleeper have during the 1990s? Top 10 albums on the UK album chart during the 1990s for Sleeper.
I'm going to say 2.
I'll give you a multiple choice. Yeah.
Okay.
Was it 2, 3, or 4?
It's not 4. It says either 2 or 3. The It Girl and the one with Sale of the Century. I think was that called Sleeper? It's either 2 or 3. 2 or 3. 2 or 3. 2 or 3. I'll go 3.
You are very lucky. You got correct. 3. I think
they released an album in '99, didn't they? Around that sort of time, late '90s.
There was one in the late '90s. I can't remember the title of that, but we're on the final question.
Oh, are we?
We are.
Ooh. I'll get prepared for this one. I've done well, I think.
You do seem to have done well. You've got 50 points.
50 points. So I've got more than half of
you've got,
71
you
points available.
You've got 2/3 of the points available. You have passed. You just have a chance. You just have a chance now to get 3 more points to boost your score. And you should know this because you've been listening to this record. On what label was the debut album by Menswear released? It was a subsidiary of London Records.
So I was going to say it's London Records.
What label was the Menswear album on?
I was going to say London Records. I've actually got, see that there? That's actually a 7-inch single of Being Brave. But I don't know. I was going to say London Records. I wouldn't have got, I don't know what the subsidiary is. It's going to be something annoying.
It's Laurel. That was the original label it was on. I don't know whether the one you've got is on that label. I don't know whether you've got.
Shall I have a look?
Yeah, have a look. I don't know whether it's a reissue or what.
No, this is an original 1997, no, 96 7-inch single, and it says on the back, photographed by Simon Fowler. Oh, is that the guy? Isn't he the lead singer of Ocean Colour Scene? Yeah,
Sounds-
1996, Laurel. Yeah. Yeah, no, look, this is quite a nice little gatefold 7-inch single. Look.
So there we are. So well done, Ben. On that exacting Britpop quiz, you have scored 50 out of a total of 75 points, which means you have scored 66.66666 recurring percent.
That's not bad going.
It's not bad. You had no revision time, and some of those were quite tricky. So I think you did well on
And I did say the right answers for some, and I was conned out of them. So I think I got them all right in the end.
Yeah, I think if you'd revised, you might have known a few more. But
If I'd revised, I'd have smashed that out the park.
how did you
I'd
do?
like to think I am the king of the 90s.
How did you do on that one, viewers? Did you enjoy that? Do you think we should do some more quizzes? They seem to be quite popular. If you enjoyed that, tell us what subject we should do for the next one. And it looks like Ben's browser has prevented recording. So, maybe it's back. You're back. It did say that. It did say that your browser had disappeared. I thought you'd gone off to celebrate prematurely, but there we are. Well, that concludes our 1990s Britpop quiz. Thank you for watching. Check out our other quizzes. We did do a couple of others before this. We'll do some more. Remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you for another one soon. Thank you, music fans. Take care out there. Goodbye.